everyone was a target of opportunity in urban chaos.
Civilians included. Unfortunately, you couldn't get away with killing them most of the time.
This does a good job, at least, of making the Pope man not seem like a gigantic asshole.
Super,
like, hey,
gigantic asshole.
Superintendent Schiller. That's the ace.
Yeah, no, that's totally not Schindler's List.
Superintendent Schiller.
Wait, fuck this.
He works in PR.
Wait. Oh,
all right. So, Book Thief, the entire thing with milk being poisoned. That is one of the like strange things that sometimes happens, particularly in mainland rural China. I dated a couple of women that were from there, and there are some very interesting indigenous beliefs out there that have no basis in reality and yet are absolutely tightly held, and they work for these people, so whatever. But one of them was that milk is literal poison that will poison anybody who drinks it, which I imagine comes from a time when milk was not refrigerated properly and was therefore not very safe to drink. It's the same reason why in Europe a lot of people still don't do a good job of drinking water, because there were literal hundreds of years where the only safe hydrating thing to drink was like 3% beer.
We're just talking about milk. Pop-Tarts, what's your opinion on milk? Do you like milk?
Yeah, I mean, I may have leaned too far back from my mic. My mistake.
Well, I forgot to buy some stuff and I went back to speed up.
Milk?
Oh my god, I hate you all.
Okay, I'm lowering the gun. I'm bringing the gun back up. There's no one here that's lactose intolerant, is there?
Milk does suck though.
Get out.
You don't drink milk. No, drink alcohol.
I will say I have unfortunately been getting more and more lactose intolerant as I get older, which is pretty much a tragedy.
If you are lactose intolerant, you are banned from the stream. I'm just kidding.
Okay, so there goes like all of Asia, most of Africa.
Bang. That's all right. No one will notice.
All of South America
Africa's goes missing.
Oh yeah. Just the quantity of bullets is what matters there.
There is a reason that lactose intolerance is so common. It is because it showed up in primitive humans that invented
I love
herding
anime.
herds, which was basically Eastern Africa and Northern Europe.
Behold, the crane arm!
I'm glad I have a lot of bullets to
fucking
throw at
ready
people.
to build some bridges, you pipsqueak milquetoast fucking
Milquetoast.
non-tank. Yeah, I really wanted to say milquetoast.
Honestly, that was a good.
That word's boring now. Like it used to be great, but it's not anymore.
Yeah, Bloodborne, brought it out. Everyone was like, "Hey,
wait, really?"
Yeah, there's like a build in like when you choose like physical builds in Bloodborne. One of them is milquetoast.
I didn't know that. I still haven't played Bloodborne.
That's the best accuracy here.
Potential my way.
Oh yeah, of course the brain does.
Yeah, he's my
my way through it. That got me. I'm sorry. I had to laugh at that one.
Shit, hell.
It's a good one. I liked it.
My way through a door. That just came out of nowhere.
I mean, it came out of his potential.
Wait, what is? Oh. Okay.
Bluey.
Do two things. I'm not worried about that
Robokai,
shit.
this is a question from Book Thief that I'm actually interested in hearing. Isn't that the one that has waste of skin as a description?
Yeah, it's the I think it's basically the version of the what do they call it? Basically the version of character starting where you just have nothing.
Oh, so like 5, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
I like that. I think I'd have to like look it up, but I'm sure I am absolutely 100% correct, because like When do I ever say wrong information while playing a video game? Right, guys?
That's totally
round. Right? Brace is gone. Right?
If I capture
and
this
then,
camp...
at this point, I just start dodging.
Oh, wait, I remember what this mission
saying,
was.
No!
That's the trap.
What was I thinking? Yeah, we need a freaking what is it called? PC release of Bloodborne, so I actually play it.
I thought it was on the PC, but I guess not.
No, it's not. It's only on consoles.
It's very unlikely it will ever get one because I mean it was one of the games that's made with like a very strict contract with Sony.
They basically just gave me a tutorial telling me about how the game will spawn enemies in random places because it's fuck you. Exactly that reason.
Strategic reinforcements. That's quite a name for I'm spawning more guys.
It 100%
Sometimes we'll just fuck you.
Oh, don't snipe me, dickhead. And Layla lays down the law yet again.
She Layla's down the law.
Elias doing the thing. Always, see, that's why you always leave someone in the camp.
Talk. You say that, always leave somebody in the camp, but there's been like twice, at least once on this stream, once already, where you have not done that.
Because everybody was dead and nobody was there. I only went back because the area was, like, the one flag connecting it was captured and they spawned the guy. And then I just left
Sure,
anyway.
dude. Whatever. Just calling you a hypocrite over here.
Ah, fuck off, dude.
This is the stream where we debate the merit of Yoko Taro giving this game butts.
And also hairy nutsacks.
Oh no, I don't think he's ever given a game a hairy nutsack. Unless it was his, I guess.
Oh, rip that guy! I don't even remember his name.
He has definitely placed his hairy nutsack on the chins of about 1,000 gamers a week for about 3 years running.
I'm sure more than 1,000 people bought Dragon Guard one.
Oh man. I have Dad Milk.
We've talked about everything except this fucking game because I only really sort of come to life when Imka appears.
Imka's worth
like,
hey.
hey.
That stupid fucking hat on Surge. Oh my gosh.
I like Surge. I like him a lot.
Surge is fine. It's his hat that's retarded.
I also like the way when he sniped that shock trooper, the guy just sort of like, as he fell forward, dying from a headshot, he was still waving his arms in the air like he just tripped forwards. I kind of like that. It was like,
It's just a pratfall.
Yeah, there was a cutscene where Kid was like, I want to drink coffee! Stop it!
And then it had milk in it, which was even worse for her.
Yeah. Which is, you know, like we talk about, you know, like she probably tried to drink it directly from a cow at some point.
You did not talk about that.
I did.
Okay. You kind of whispered it then.
Well, I mean, I was leaned back too far away from my mic.
Pop-Nuts was basically saying he couldn't hear Kogai talking about milk, and it was basically that like a lot of it comes from like the middle of China, where there's probably like, you know, there wasn't any great means for storing, keeping.
Yeah, so I mean, and milk can make you super sick even if it doesn't taste terribly off. So. Yeah, the entire thing where all milk is literal poison probably came from just like, you know, a couple hundred years of experience on that. Same way as, you know, in Europe, people still don't really do a good job of drinking straight water simply because for hundreds of years the water wasn't fucking safe. There was literal human poo in it. Sure, he's just not gonna shoot that guy. Amy's just like, oh no, you are.
I don't want to get shot in the back.
I still really like the idea of Amy just going, later shitlord.
Well, Layla did a bit of that too, you know, swagging past a dude that turned around and said, haha, just kidding, fuck you! Brap, 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 brap.
What kind of...
See? What was this? You always leave somebody in the camp.
I was talking about the main camp that I lose the game if it's taken from me.
Uh-huh.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah. Just keep changing. Whoa.
She's fine.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I saw, like, some crazy, like, acceleration thing going on.
Pop-Tarts.
Like, okay.
Yes, she is 15 years old. Coincidentally, we have 15 viewers right now.
That's their collective age too. We're babysitting the whole bunch of 1-year-olds.
That's certainly how I feel right now with you two.
I was reading Old Man's War this last week, and at one point there's a point where a squad of soldiers say, "I've got a bet going with my squad mates that you're literally twice as old as the rest of our squad combined." And they do the math, and yeah, they're absolutely right. I can't help but think of that with 15-year-olds running around.
Tink.
Tink-a-plunk.
I think you know how that goes.
Just throw that butt plug right in his butt.
I think when your entire country's like future is on the line, and you've been training these people to defend themselves with guns. Sorry, pardon me yawning. I think, like, to a degree, yeah, like it's not like the kids are gonna be spared the ravages of war if they just like go, hey, well, like we're just children, we weren't doing anything. It's like we already know our buddies in the Empire like to gun down civilians. I'm pretty sure they're not. And also put like ducks and children in concentration camps and burn them alive inside of like buildings.
I hate that red.
So
if you're old enough to hold a gun, fuck it.
That's not even
liberty or
death. I mean, it was an entire thing where freaking ulcer brigades, particularly towards the end of the war for Germany, the entire idea of whether or not you were fit for fight was, can you hold gun? Can you walk forward? Okay, good.
Hey, you guys ready for this? Because I'm about to turn it into a Gundam reference.
That's how I always feel.
I'm ready for
but
this.
because there's an interesting thing about how it happens. Like, and I'm not going to talk about the fact that the Gundam is almost always piloted by a young man. I'm going to talk about the fact that from Mobile Suit Gundam to Gundam Zeta to Double Zeta, you notice some very important things about the state of the conflict. And it's first, you've got a lot of older dudes and everything, military guys, the aces, and they. The fucking tooting horn. God damn it. Sorry.
Go ahead.
So you see a lot of them, and a lot of them die over the course of Mobile Suit Gundam. So in Gundam Zeta, you start to see a lot more younger people and a lot more women in piloting the mobile suits, because inevitably there aren't that many people who are that skilled in piloting mobile suits left from the first conflict. Like they're basically, a lot of these people have been killed off, and so the people they can draw on are a lot less. And then you get to Zeta, and it's basically like the only actual adults left are the ultimates, like the adult males left are the ultimate survivors. It's mostly just women and children.
So that was a fantastic reference and a wonderful story, and I want everybody on record to know I have loudly been dying inside the entire time Clarissa has been on the screen, because she has a fetishized maid outfit for a uniform.
It's a nurse uniform. She's a doctor.
She's a maid outfit.
Yeah, the hello
that was great.
Nurse.
Yeah, I would have been able to buy that it was a nurse uniform if she didn't have a boob cup and stockings.
Look,
Whatever makes you feel better.
You can only work with what you got given in the quartermasters. It's like, I want to dress up like nurse. Well, I'm sorry, we've only got this uniform and the sexy nurse Halloween outfit accessories. Also, Pop-Tarts 3. The funny thing about it is the bikini sequence, the bikini lady sequence, actually makes sense if you think about it, but the problem is it's like you shouldn't have to think about a sequence like that in the first place. Basically, the entire reasoning behind that is, like, a former friend of the main character is like, when she knew him, she was aware he was really bad at like women. Like he would just get really, really shy and, you know, really, really worried.
Unnecessary.
Around, like, you know, around, like, women and sexual stuff and nudity and things like that. So she gets some of the women in the force to dress up in, like, bikinis inside of a space station.
I just like how everybody can stand right next to that and not care one bit.
I did see that. I also want to hear the rest of the story. Continue, Robokai.
And so, like she basically says, hey, he'll be too fucking confused and frightened to shoot you all. And so you'll just be able to, like, blow him up inside of his mobile suit with bazookas and stuff. The only thing is that he's actually, like, she isn't aware. He's been spending a lot of time with women and everything like that. And so he's actually gotten over his, like, sort of, you know, weird, you know, passive nature. And so he's actually able to defend himself. And obviously bikinis don't make good armor, and a lot of people just get straight up murked as a result. And it's kind of all sorts of fucked up, but Victory Gundam is all sorts of fucked up.
This sort of reminds me of, like, the Laharl's weakness arc in Disgaea 1. Just send a whole bunch of succubi up there, and it's just like, oh god, get your sexy bodies away from me. Okay, dude.
Like,
oh, Disgaea was
a
fucking
never
trip.
did that with us, and he's like, seriously, guys, seriously, and they're like, fuck you.
Yeah, it's just like, as a side note, flat bodies like yours have no effect on me. Both
I do remember that.
Just completely flip out. Oh god, so good. His Eminence Borgia.
His Eminence.
Yeah, that's.
You can tell that guy's really full of himself when he expects others to call him by that. Zeri is one of the 3 main characters in VC2.
Oh, so this is a bit of a crossover, eh?
Yeah, this was before. That game takes place 3 years later, and it's anime Civil War. It's also anime ethnic cleansing.
I'd say lying or any. God bless it.
I know, but hey, translators, am I right? Yeah, I know.
That kills me.
I know.
It is not that difficult. For all of the work you go through to translate something, get a compression and decompression scheme.
I want to point out that on Kurt's desk, there's the jar of candy that he eats.
Work with it within the bounds of the ROM or image that you're working with. All of this stuff is incredibly complicated work, and you can't freaking get an editor to look over your work once. Dead.
Sound a lot like Barden and Vermintide right now.
It happens.
Just chuntering badly.
Super Robo SV has a few errors. Like, it's really noticeable around the midpoint in the game. I don't know, but yeah, it's the resources you got to work with, the resources you get assigned, and the time and availability. I don't know.
Time is money.
Now we've seen Riella's gimmick. She kind of just, like, sometimes acts like the screen will fade and she'll just be like, oh, I don't really get it, or she'll just burn someone else without actually telling them that. So
she's just, like, delightfully oblivious about everything? Is that
not everything. She just sometimes she like ice burns people without actually saying anything to them.
Yeah, it sort of shows her internal monologue and shows that she's, a real human being.
See, until you characterize it like that, I was going to make a joke that that's your wife, Robokai, just because you do exactly the same sort of thing.
Yeah, you sneak things in under the commentary. Yeah, and I always have to bring them out in the. I can think of one real good example. In Omega Strain, in our very first video, when I was near the end of the first video, cool guy was like, oh, I need to make a your mama joke, but I'm not good enough to make it. And then Robokai was like, yeah, that's what your mom said. He just made it really quiet, so I boosted it at the end.
I just did it at the time of recording. So it was even better. It was even better when the episode.
He does that. I think he did that no less than 10 times in the entire series.
Yeah, no, I didn't even hear it at the time of recording, which was the best part. So
you never do. Like, none of us do. He always does that.
And nobody heard it until it went live.
It's me. I'm Anime World War II.
Yeah, Operation Valkyrie was a very interesting a very interesting plot to kill Hitler. And from an assassination perspective, it was carried off incredibly well. Rob Baer talks a lot about it in the rulebook for assassins, The Perfect Kill. And he also uses it as just like how incredibly chancy assassination is, because the only reason Operation Valkyrie failed was because Hitler just happened to walk 3 steps to the left and get cover behind a pillar before the bomb went off. This Gonguro guy still messes with me.
Gonguro. That's what you say.
What, do you have another way for me to describe that cat?
Bronzed, tan.
Yeah, and if he was female, that would be Gonguro girl.
Yeah, but he's not a female, so like, see, like
so
the
guy.
It's like when people call a burrito a sandwich and it's not, but it's like when you say sandwich. A sandwich is like the 2 pieces of sliced bread with stuff between it, and that's like the image you conjure up when someone mentions sandwich. That's what should always come to someone's mind, not a fucking burrito. So when you say gongro, then that's typically referring to a female. So, and we all know a little bit about the Japanese slang as silly Western gaijin, and in Robokai's case, Southern.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
But yeah, you can't call him gongro. That's really so stupid.
Going all out on this one.
Because you shouldn't call him that.
Absolutely. I'm sorry. I've been captivated by the cooking battle here.
Yeah, this is amazing. This is an Iron Chef level cook-off.
Kusarg is getting a little bit pissed though. Kurt and Julia are just like trying to figure out who. Oh, my cooking's better. No.
So, are we figuring out something Imka will actually like to eat?
Well, I don't think it's too hard. She just doesn't eat enough of it. Otherwise, she wouldn't have fucking malnutrition for the entire game.
Yeah, well. There is a thing besides, you know, like having just a small stomach or whatever. Without a victor, there is no meaning to the battle. Sure, dude. Chill out.
Whoever gives me more will be the winner. That was a good attempt, though. That was a good attempt to get more food.
Oh no! Do not call Pop-Tart sandwiches, please.
Fucking Imka's like, I love barbecue the most. There you go.
The
whole time Imka was saying things like, you know, just put some salt on the pig. It's really nice. Also, this is really good.
Do you remember Goosarg's potential certain thing called food lover?
Spicy food lover. Yeah. He's probably just got like a Tabasco pepper or something like that.
They've cooked a mistake and he's putting ketchup on it.
It's called afterburner.
Oh fuck! Of course. This is why everybody hates toxins. How could you do this?
Oh my god!
You ruined
that's not a Darkson thing.
The entire planet historically. You fucker. Sorry.
Afterburner. That's a wonderful sauce name, and I'm a big fan of Goosarg now, just for throwing a huge wrench into their competition. Into their little.
Oh, I just want to eat, Jesus.
I mean, I'm right there.
It's Calamity Raven again.
Okay.
The all Darkson team.
Book Thief, you joke, but I've seen that happen once. When I was in South Carolina eating soul food, and the chef, the server like had personal protective equipment on when spooning up the like concentrated habanero sauce that they had for it, basically, because they handled it a lot more. and if you kept spilling it on yourself a little bit, like a couple of people did, it would actually give you acid burns.
This ace name. The spiciest thing I ever eat was this. When I went to get a steak at TGI Fridays one time.
TGI Fridays.
Yeah, well, before I got the steak and shrimp, I had like this spicy slider thing. And they didn't actually list the sauce they used on it, so when I got it, I was like, okay, this is just going to be some spicy chicken, which it was, and a little bit of a little sauce on it, so it'd just be a little bit hot, but not... But when I bit into it, it just, like, my whole face just exploded. Like, I've never tasted anything that fucking spicy, and even the server had no idea what the fuck they put on it. And I'm like, I'm sitting here with, like, water in my eyes. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what did you put on this? I don't know.
Did you look out the back and, like, there's, like, the chef has this fucking, like...
No, I mean, I can handle spicy food.
Like,
I'm just saying, it's just, like, that really caught me off guard.
He's basically got this giant revolver, and in each chamber is different kind of different kind of sauce or spice or something, and he just spins it and then just blows it all over your fucking dish.
6 sauces, more than enough to stop anything that eats.
That's how I would Russian roulette food. Is I would have a giant sauce dispensing revolver.
I mean, I can see that being a thing in like a barbecue, in a barbecue joint of Robokai. Just be like, if you want the spinning special, you just make up like, you know, some nice turkey or whatever, and then you literally take out like a plastic handgun, and you spin the revolver and you just go all over it.
See, there are like sauce guns, that you put like a little sauce chamber and it just squirts sauce out, and they're like big professional like sauce dispenser sorts of things. But there's not like a full 6 chamber that you can put a different sauce inside of. So I feel like I've got a market to tap into now.
I honestly think you do, and I'm like being completely unironic about this. We should see if we can get this designed on Thingiverse or something. Just 3D print a sauce revolver.
It would probably have to be fairly bigger than a revolver, so it would probably be more like a sauce revolver rifle. But yo, what the fuck ever?
Yeah, dude, I'm thinking we basically just like take, what the hell was his name? Jack from BioShock 1, like his fully upgraded revolver. That like fucking monstrosity. That is our proof of concept.
Okay.
Hang on. Let me see.
Nobody steal this idea. I'm trying to become rich.
I hope I can find a decent screenshot of this, because that thing is so ridiculous looking. Oh yeah. Hang on. I'm gonna paste it in chat. IMFDB had me covered.
Of course they did.
Well, that you shouldn't go streaking.
Just that freaking thing.
Yes.
Increased damage and fully upgraded on the far right. Oh my gosh.
I wish this game had more locations. We're already back here again for like the 100th time.
Well, we're not really in. There's like 20 environments. They're just using this one a lot.
Okay, well, I actually take that as very comforting, so I do not have to
despair. The range on grenades is not very good, so you can understand how that happened.
You blew yourself up.
Mm-hmm. That just happened.
Yeah, but look,
she's
now in a more lined up position that you can shoot this guy and.
Oh, sure. I need my good guns
occasionally,
back, man.
Occasionally clip the tank. Nope, guess not. Oh,
no, you can't really do any damage to that shit.
Oh.
Oh well, send in the person who doesn't need much.
Ow. What? Okay.
That guy is dead.
And do absolutely nothing.
That guy shoots Layla, and he goes down. I like my sped up montage best. So this guy moves in, probably shoots my sniper. That's okay. This guy, Riola's there, so she shoots him a bit. There we go. That's what happened that turn.
You have Verad on. You do have Verad on the field.
Huh. Password character. There's like 4 characters: Alias, Eleanor, Anisette, and Nagisa. Password characters.
I'm not complaining. I was just like, I wasn't expecting it.
You saw him last time.
The squad's just here to help out. That's cool.
Side. Yeah.
I'm glad I'm building a rapport with Imka with you guys.
Imka's fine. I'm a big fan of her.
Like there's not really anything I don't like about Imka. She has a really nice uniform design. Her weapon is really cool. I kind of find her standoffish personality quite entertaining, and the fact that even her the stat drops are funny as fuck. It helps amazingly well.
Right between the eyes.
Right between the eyes, directly from the side of the skull. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Oh no, that one was between the eyes. All right, fine.
That's where the bullet stopped. It's right between the eyes.
Oh my lord. Shin coming? No, it's Amy.
Ah, come on.
Because clearly we haven't had enough schoolgirls on the battlefield yet.
Yeah, she's your pal, Shorty. It's your birthday.
Hang on.
It's your birthday.
This is where we need like the MCP pants song.
Oh no! Don't bring that up, because I'll want to start talking about Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Dude, that show was the best thing ever.
It's hilarious. I understand why.
It went to places a lot of like. It took me about a year to really appreciate it. Like I'd watch it for a while and be like, okay, what? No, hold on, huh? And then after about a year, I suddenly went, oh, I get it. I get it.
Riola still holding the line up there. Yep.
I'm pretty sure I still don't get it, which is part of the reason I like
Riola kills that guy. I love the fast forward fall over. Oh no, don't take my shit. Okay, good, thank you.
The fast forward fall over does look pretty amazing, simply because they just like go blarg, I'm dead.
Dunk. I think you guys know what time
I knew part of the reason Aqua Teen Hunger Force was funny to me is because I knew somebody, like one of my best friends from college was pretty much literally Master Shake. You know, I mean, just the way he comported himself, the way he spoke, the way he worked with other people, it was pretty much pure Master Shake.
That is all sorts of fucking worrying right there. Let me
it is like the guy was.
If anyone said, "Oh man, you know, you're a lot like Master Shake," I'd be like, "Fuck you." He wore it with pride, man. Yeah, an actual Master Shake would wear being told they were Master Shake with pride.
If Kuma comes back from that, he will be a zombie.
I mean, you killed him with a headshot, so even a zombie shouldn't come back from that.
Yeah, I don't think he could bear
Just
that.
run over Imka, why not?
Sure.
It's alright, she's been eating dirt.
Just giving her lunch early.
Alright, we've got a problem here. So, I know for a fact this is where a certain thing is introduced that becomes a problem in all of the hardest missions. We're dropping a save state right here because these guys fucking cheat.
Okay, I mean...
Look at this fucker.
My general take is you keep saying we, and who is we, white man?
He means the Maximilian we.
Oh.
Oh my god, the fuck!
That looks ridiculous.
Whoa, we're fighting Space Marines? What?
They were in VC2, but...
I think that's closer to Sig Marines than Space Marines.
Oh, yeah, what the fuck?
It's pretty incredible, though.
We gotta bring out the crane arm and fix this shit. No.
They have massively high evade, and then their gun will kill you through cover no matter what. So
we're being attacked by heavily armored dudes who have like a shield on one arm and on the other arm they've got a
fucking modern day Gatling gun. Yes. And no, we don't get that weapon and we don't get to use that. So
yeah, fucking hell. That's a bit rude.
Sad times.
Alright, I gotta win on this turn.
Wow, the Lancer. The Lancer out of nowhere with the biggest whip.
Well, he hit something.
It sure as hell wasn't Layla.
Yeah, well, it's not like Layla hit him back.
That's how you exploit the AI. By being technically in sight, but not having a firing angle.
So what I'm hearing is that you took your strategy lessons from number 1.0 Bureaucrat in Futurama.
Maybe.
Stop running over Layla, jeez, Meloise.
Oh hey, I'm reloading.
Just going to pay you back tenfold.
I'm not gonna kill that tank this time.
I like there's all these ladders to help create shortcuts, but to do it you'd still have to drive an extra tank all the way up and around.
I'm not bothering with the tank this time, because I just lost my S rank for that. Fast forward. I love this button. This is a good button.
I do like Book Thief's take on it, though. It does kind of look like a mass-produced version of the Valkyria Maximilian. It's like the Orky has all been written out of it.
When we finally mass-produce the royal family's son Maximilian, the Gallian Empire will not be able to stand against us.
I mean, that would technically be true, I guess, because particularly in anime, if you're a prince, that like immediately makes you a lot better. So if you can mass-produce princes, clearly,
well, yeah, but you don't want to mass-produce like a Maximilian prince because he was like a son born out of an affair.
Yeah, Kurt. So I think you might want to go back to school after that idea.
We are completely surrounded. Yeah, God bless it.
Well, there was nowhere else to go, so let's just drive on the hill, I guess, and we'll die on it.
Alright.
I don't know why they're saying the squad can't hold. Oh wait, that's right, because I don't have all the great guns that kill the shit out of everybody. God, I hate my life.
We are completely surrounded. I totally did not just say that. Having plans to retreat, and he's just like, nah, dog.
Back.
それではゲイカが帝国軍の手に落ちます。ここで死ぬわけにはいかないのだ。それに私も帝国の人間。心ある帝国民なら。
Land the lion's den. It's a good way to put it, actually.
We're not really lambs, though. We can kill them all if I had, you know, decided to consecrate my firepower to do so.
Oh, so this cat's actually a fantasy German. Got it.
How do we feel about Kurt so far compared to Welkin, who just still can't help but spout off about nature?
Like I said, I basically see Kurt as Roy Mustang, who I am inclined to like because Roy Mustang.
I do. The core squad too is like much more colorful than Squad 7 was, who we only got Rosie and Largo and Alicia out of. Yeah, we actually have a lot of people to give a shit about here.
Well, I mean, there's the large difference where, like you said, that people can't die permanently in this game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a design problem. If you have permadeath in any sort of way, then you can't count on people being around at any one moment to give their witty banter. Shining Force is like the quintessential idea of this because like you get an idea of what somebody is in like the mission where you recruit them, and then they say like thanks and give you some witty comment before they join up,
and then they never speak. Yeah, you said that once. I think you said that back in VC1, I don't remember though. Also, Book Thief, I did say that. Do you have a problem with that? Please tell me. Consecrate my fire.
Can you tell me the names of the Is this cat selling us out? Oh, alright. I didn't understand that Kurt was actually right there.
I'm not trying to like sound smug about it. I just said consecrate. I figured consecrate was the word to use since we're all talking about. Everyone thought that was a space marine.
And because it's about as curt as you can possibly be.
Well, he only wanted to speak with Dark Suns because he's trying to poach them.
Yeah, basically.
私はダルクス人だ。元より争い事は好まる。だが、職務上芸家をマクシミリアン殿下に引き渡す義務がある。護送中の丁重な扱いは約束するが、処遇について口をそれはご理解に。それで十分だ。
I must hand him over to Maximilian. Maximilian.That's still a better name.
そなたたちの努力を無駄にせぬために。アービング少尉。次に会うときは対等な条件で戦ってみたいものだな。
Man, this Pope hat dude is being surprisingly chill. I'm incredibly suspicious.
だがそれに近い条件。質問したい。
Even Chess is That's actually a rather astute comment because as chess has become better understood by us as a race, white continues to win more and more. I think the current edge is like white wins either 58 or 59% of the time.
Why? Because it goes first?
Yeah, because it moves first.
Well, that's... Never mind. That's because it's going first, no other reason. That's why... Have you ever played Assassin's Creed 3?
That's exactly what
the point he's making is the rules basically say white goes first. Like, just to make it easy to sort out who goes first. That's why they say the person who goes first is the one more likely to win.
Have you played those mini games in Assassin's Creed 3 where the AI basically fucking cheats and you only win if you go first, which you never do?
No, I've never played Assassin's Creed 3, but my point also is that Kurt was making an incredibly good point about how chess is divided into one turn and another, and even with the first turn advantage, white only wins just under 60% of the time. It does not take much of a mistake to concede what is called a tempo to black, which reverses the advantage. I like chess. Shut up.
I wonder how many like staggered games you're running right now online.
6.
Wow, I hate you. I was hoping you'd say 0.
I'm actually playing 6 different games with an average of 3 people.
How can you play 6 games with only 3 people?
One person is playing 3 games with me.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, actually, it's Iron Rose. Iron Rose and I play about 3 games of chess at any one time.
I appreciate.
I'm an old man now.
Fuck, I've been schooled twice now. I need to figure out what the fuck I'm doing.
Well, the first time we weren't schooled at all. We totally could have fucking won because we had a good starting position. This time, though, yeah, we were completely surrounded.
My storytelling fiat, we got screwed the first time too. I appreciate that they're showing a reflective nature.
Well, the first time they basically say it probably wouldn't have gone so well for us if Welkin hadn't been able to get his troops up on the flank so quickly. Like, Welkin's response to the situation was like instant, and like he sort of felt like I wasn't that quick and I wasn't that clever. So
Kurt is still a young commander too. Like, he doesn't expect people to be coming after him, especially in this unit that's supposed to be taking on missions that they're supposed to be the shadow cast by everyone else's light.